Reba McEntire is the reigning queen of country, an absolutely fitting title, considering she's had dozens of top 10 hits, sold more than 60 million albums, and won awards by the bushel. But Reba's much more than a singer. She's a best-selling author, actress, and this Sunday she co-hosts the Academy of Country Music Awards for like the 27,000th time. And Reba joins me now. How many times have you done this?
This will be my 14th time.
14th time, but your first appearance, much more importantly, on this show.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here with you.
You are the queen of country. I mean, lots of people are called the queen of country, but I've done a little recce check of my country fans, the ones who are experts, and they tell me there's only one queen. There are princesses, you know, Dolly, Emmylou, but there's one queen.
Kitty Wells.
Is that who you think?
Well, Kitty Wells was queen of country music forever, and when I was growing up and being in country music, you know, she was always the reigning queen, and Tammy Wynette was the first lady.
But are you
country
the
music.
current queen?
If they say that about me, I'll sure take that. But in my eyes, no.
What I love about you is you were born on this small town called Kiowa in Oklahoma, but crucially to a cowboy family.
Kiowa.
What?
Kiowa.
Kiowa?
Kind of like the Kiowa Indians.
Kiowa?
Kiowa.
How do I pronounce that?
Just like you did it.
Kiowa.
Kiowa.
Cowboy. Cowboy country. So you were born to a cowboy family in Kiowa.
You're doing so well.
Oklahoma. Cowboy.
I'm going to start talking like something else.
So, Kiowa.
Kiowa, Oklahoma, yeah.
Now, this is what I like best, though. Never mind the fact you live in this wonderfully named place. Your father and your grandfather were champion steer ropers.
Yes.
I mean, in England, I don't even know what that is. What is a steer roper? Well, is it where you get the... Is it one of those guys?
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes, it is.
Fantastic. What is it that's so special about the country world? Because it is a special world, isn't it?
It's the people. The people are very special. They are very competitive, very egotistical in a way, but very humble in the other sense, because there's always somebody in this business, and I think it started with Minnie Pearl and Roy Acuff, to put you in your place. You know, we laid the groundwork for you, is what Minnie would say, and we paved the road so it'd be easier on you. So now you make it better for the people to come after you. That's your job. That's your responsibility.
To be a successful country singer, have you had to have gone through dramatic, emotional times in your life? Is it part of the territory, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, there's so many young kids that are singing. Take Leanne Rimes, for instance. I mean, she was a huge success singing Blue at an early age. But I think that certain people who are successful in the country music business have old souls. And so maybe it's in their DNA from somewhere back. And it just happens to come out when they're singing a country song, because it is such a storytelling type of music. And that's what I love so much about it. Dolly Parton, I was such a huge fan of hers for all my life, still am. And that was what I love so much about her story. Her songs were the stories that she would tell.
You went through this awful experience when most of your band were killed in this plane crash. And you talked about this many times. I don't want to go over it again. I just wanted to ask you what effect that had on your life afterwards, how it changed your outlook on life to lose so many people that you were so close to in one horrible day.
Horrible. Just as a nightmare. It's how did it affect me? It crushed me. It made me realize how precious life is, and all I could think of was their mothers. How could you go through this? How are you going to see the next day? My heart went out to them, their wives, their children. I just couldn't fathom how they were going to go on. I mean, it hurt me, and they were my friends. But to be that close as a family, my heart went out to the family.
Did you resolve to change your life in any way? Did it give you a new perspective? It's a cliche thing to say, but it's often true, isn't it?
It is very true, and it woke me up. I mean, if you've got somebody you love, you better tell them, because things can happen in an instant to change your life. And do things that make you happy, that makes your life happy. God wants us to be happy. He doesn't want us to be miserable.
You found happiness. You found love. Wasn't first time round.
No.
Second time round better?
Yeah.
You work out who you really want to be with?
I think Norval and I, we've both been married before, and I think we learned from our first marriages, and we know that we weren't perfect in
What
our
did
first
you learn, A, about you as a wife, and B, about the kind of husband that best suited you?
The thing I learned about me is that I need to communicate more. I need to quit sulling up. I could sull up for 3 days.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Not talk.
That's almost world-class sulking.
Oh, it is. I was the #1 best in the world.
3 days?
Yeah, I could go 3 days sulking up. Yeah. But you know what? I was miserable. And my first husband didn't even know I was sulling up. So it was just affecting me. He loved the silence, so it didn't bother him any. So that's what I learned. And I learned that that Narvel and I were the perfect pair because we worked together. We started working together in 1980, and he was my steel guitar player. And then he kept giving ideas, and he was my band leader. And he just kept coming on and believing in me. And then he became my manager, and then later on my husband.
What would your advice be for being a successful wife?
To be a successful wife?
Yes.
To be a very silent partner sometimes is pretty good. Sometimes talking is too much. But I think to be supportive and loving, and that's probably the most two important things.
You've got, bizarrely, a pilot about a TV show in Malibu. Malibu country. Is there much call for country music in Malibu?
Oh, yeah, everywhere. I'm really glad to be back into television again. It's been since 2006, since the Reba show quit. And so it's about, I play a country singer in Nashville.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
I think I worked that out pretty good. Yeah, I know.
Right, well, good luck with it.
Thank you very much.
It's been a real pleasure. Good luck on Sunday. I mean, you're an old hand at it, but I should be watching.
Oh, thanks.
Will you be singing?
No, just him singing.
No, well, I'm not going to watch it. Sorry, Reba. If the Queen's not singing, I'm not watching. It's been a delightful pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you, too.
The one and only Reba McEntire. Coming up next, only in America.
Plain white trash, but fancy was on my name. She said, here's your one